Move on to some other news because the DA Nelson Mandela Bay says it will legally challenge the scrapping of the Mayoral Executive System. Cogta MEC, that's Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs MEC, Zolile Williams has signed the Section 12 Notice of Amendment to change the Metro from being led by an executive mayor to being governed by an executive committee. Newzroom Afrika's Siphosethu Booi is live for us in Kabeja on this. Siphosethu, just background for people just catching up with this story. How did we get to this point?
Tamikile, good afternoon to you. And of course, this is a big question that many residents of Nelson Mandela Bay themselves are asking, and also including the different political parties that make the government here in Nelson Mandela Bay. You will know that there is a multi-party DA-led coalition now that consists of 10 parties. And of course, I spoke earlier on with, of course, the Mayor Retief Odendaal, who said he himself has not received any letter of course, of communication from the MEC's office stating that the party, or rather the multi-party coalition, will now be dissolved and the Metro will now be introducing this new collective system that now means that powers will be stripped away from the mayor, and also just an issue of different political parties. Now, of course, the DA and the ANC taking 4 seats each, with leaving the EFF and the NA to make up the 10 committee. So many residents of Nelson Mandela Bay are still concerned in terms of how we got to this point. And of course, Mayor Retief Odendaal also saying that he wrote letters and sent letters to the MEC's office to no avail, as no communication has been made directly from the MEC's office to his office talking about this issue and this amendment of the Section 12 now being implemented in the Metro. But joining me now is UDM spokesperson Yongama Zikebe, and he'll be giving us a side of the UDM as far as their stance with regards to the Section 12. Mr. Yongama Zikebe, thank you very much for your time. Just take us through the issue of the Section 12 that is going to be implemented with immediate effect in the Metro. What does this mean for the party that is within the DA multi-party-led coalition?
Thank you very much, Sethu, and to the viewers at home. It is laughable. It is rather also very concerning as to what's the rush and why running in such a speed in order to be able to change the system of government in Nelson Mandela Bay. One, you'd recall that where did this thing emanate from? It is from the previous Mayor Eugene Johnson and the appointment of Dr. Ngwazi as the city manager. That's where the instability started from. And continuously, other parties within that previous coalition, smaller parties, have been decrying the fact that it is unlawful in a way that that city manager has been appointed. It further went on that the same city manager declared the vacancies of 3 councillors from the Northern Alliance in an unlawful way. We have, as a UDM, lodged a dispute with the MEC. We have, as a collective, as this coalition government, have done an intergovernmental dispute, whereby the MEC has not responded to any of the correspondences that we have sent to him. Instead, he went on public participation. He did not even gather parties or have had a conversation, with political parties, of which that's the other reasons that he needs to take up in order for him to come up to this decision of dissolving this system. Furthermore, he comes back, then he declares the whole thing while there are other legal proceedings and procedures that he has skipped in making sure that what he wants becomes, a reality. In an actual fact, we are indeed going to court. As a UDM, we are going to court as a coalition government, as a collective, in order to fight this thing. I've just heard you that you said that the mayor did not receive even an indication from the MEC to say this is what we are intending to do. We have finalized the process. These are the processes that we have done, and everything like that. So on this day, we are gazetting this thing. On top of that, there was no council that the entire proceedings or the entire undertaking that was taken by the MEC, there's no report in front of council to say this is what the people of Nelson Mandela Bay are saying through the public participation, through the consultations with political parties and civic society. This is what you do. We needed to debate that, and council needed to agree on the dissolving of this type of government. That has not yet happened. He goes further to even announce that it is with immediate effect. Where have you ever seen that? Has he actually read Section 12? He himself, does he even understand what Section 12 is? Can the MEC please do not be drunk with conference euphoria that is coming up because they are busy fighting in Parliament. They don't even want the Pala report to go through impeachment and so on and so forth. And now they're trying by all means to hold on to power into municipalities whereby they lost power. Let me tell you something. If the ANC was in power today, I promise you, this Section 12 was not going to be implemented because they're the ones in power. They want to come back to power by all means, by hook and crook, and by all corruption means that they can find. And this is one of them. They found a loophole in the law, and they think it's a loophole. In actual fact, everything that they've done, it is not according to the law, and the nice thing about it, the loopholes that they've left, and by flouting these regulations and so on and so forth, they give us an opportunity for us to go to court and be able to win this thing. Same thing as what they've done in making sure that we've got an illegal city manager in this city.
Thank you very much, Thembekile. That was, of course, Yongama Zikebe of the UDM saying that they will be taking this matter to court, also highlighting the fact that they themselves agree with the mayor that no letter has been sent formally to the mayor with regards to this new system of the Section 12 amendment that will see four parties, the African National Congress as well as the DA receiving 4 seats, with the EFF and as well as the NA now being forced to work together. Thembekile, for now we wait and see, as the residents of Nelson Mandela Bay, whether or not the issue of them taking legal action towards the MEC will actually fruitilize.
Siphosethu, Booi live for us in Gqeberha in Nelson Mandela Bay. For now, thank you very much for that update. So